One of my favorite Christmas carols is Silent Night. Just such a beautiful hymn to sing on Christmas Eve. Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright. Round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Such a beautiful hymn. But there's a big part of me that thinks that first Christmas was hardly a silent night. When we read the second chapter of St. Luke's Gospel and the beginning of the story of the birth of Jesus, it says that the emperor had ordered that all the world would return to their hometowns, wherever they were from, to be registered for taxation. And not only were they to return home, but this was the first time that this registration had ever been undertaken. And I can imagine, because knowing how first things tend to be, a lot of hope and a lot of confusion and a lot of chaos, I believe that first Christmas was a lot of chaos as everybody scrambled to obey the command of the emperor to return home. Because if you didn't obey the emperor's command, there was always a lot of trouble. So I think that Bethlehem, when Mary and Joseph arrived, was a scene of utter confusion. And what I love about that image of Christmas is that even though it is the corollary opposite of that beautiful carol, Silent Night, it speaks to our faith. It speaks to a faith that is found in the midst of the world, where we are, in our confusion, in our chaos, in our uncertainty. There is the presence of the divine. There is the presence of Jesus. Came out here to do my Christmas message this year outdoors, a beautiful snowy day down at Market Square in Kingston. And the Christmas tree is over behind me, but this is a place that is always a place of commerce. It's a place of activity. It's a gathering place for people. It can be a place of kind of almost a chaos in the place. And it's a wonderful place where people gather. People are drawn to this place. And I like to think about that sense of the activity of people on that first Christmas. In the midst of that confusion, Mary and Joseph arrive and they find a place for Jesus to be born. Our faith lives out in the world, in the midst of the world. In about 3.5 months, I'll be walking down this street here from St. Paul's Church, going to our cathedral church, which is just up over there, and we'll be carrying the cross of Christ. And the irony of that is that we probably will find ourselves walking past that Christmas tree, because they usually don't take it down until late spring. But again, we will be in the midst of the world. Our faith will be proclaimed out in the world. And especially in these days, and for this Christmas, when we continue to live in the midst of global uncertainty, it's so important for people of faith to engage the world with our message. We've moved through the Advent season and spoken about love and joy and hope and peace. We proclaim those things that are at the heart of our faith. So this Christmas, whether it is for you a silent night and you can find a place of calm and respite, what a blessing that will be. But don't worry if it's a time of confusion and chaos, because the best things in Scripture happened in the midst of chaos, and God brings order and hope to the future. May you have a blessed Christmas season this season, and may the Spirit of the living God fill you in heart and soul, be present with you and all whom you love. Blessings.